Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Nike Kyrie Flytrap 4. So this is Kyrie Irving's kind of budget line. So I guess he has like 3 lines, right? So he has the Flytrap line, he has his main signature line, and also the Kyrie Low line, I guess. So the Kyrie Flytrap line is the cheapest, and of course it's the Kyrie Low, and then his most expensive and most premium shoe, I guess, is his signature shoe, obviously. This shoe is going for $90. If you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. It's available on Dick's Sporting Goods. There are 4 colorways available: a black one, a white one, a red one, and a navy one. And let's get it started right off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, they're using a variation of polygons, I would say. And trying it on my wood floors, the bite is insane, guys. It has a super loud squeak, bites very, very hard. It does seem to pick a little bit of dust up. I guess my floors are super dusty and kind of dirty. Like right now I can see a lot of dust on it. But anyways, yeah, the traction seems to be really, really good. Of course, it's just on my wood floors. Obviously, the surface finish is different, I guess, from my wood floors to an actual basketball court. But, you know, just speculation right now, it seems to have a good bite. Durability wise though, I don't know guys. The Kyrie Flytrap, like Nike usually on their budget shoes, they make a very, very hard and durable outsole for outdoor use, right? Like in all the Kyrie Flytraps, the 1, the 2, and the 3. But the 4 is looking pretty soft. Like the grooves are pretty thin. They are deep, but thin in some areas. Of course, I'm gonna be playing this outdoors, so we'll see on that. We have a Kyrie Irving logo here in the midfoot, and of course, we have an outsole curvature. And it's just a signature thing here in Kyrie's line. Like all of his shoes have it actually. It's not special just to his signature shoe line. It's in his lows, it's in the Flytrap, so that's awesome. You have the rubber outsole coming up a lot here on the medial side, so you have extra grip, and you have just this nice curved shape where the ball of your foot is. So when you're doing crossovers, step backs, cuts, it just feels really, really good. So, you know, it feels very, very familiar. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, it's super smooth. You have a nice rounded shape here in the heel. Nice, actually a very, very curved shape in the forefoot. You have a lot of forefoot flex. Look at that. It's super flexy. So yeah, very, very smooth. It's not gonna feel clunky or anything. Like Kyrie's usually don't feel clunky at all. So that's also another thing I love about Kyrie's shoes. All right, as far as the cushion goes, it's pretty bad. You know, they're using a Phylon midsole and it's very stiff. There's absolutely no compression, maybe just the tiniest bit of compression here in the heel. In the forefoot, they're using a rectangular zoom unit, and it's actually kind of nice. I can feel a little bit of compression and a little bit of bounce. Right now, it doesn't feel as crazy as like the PG3s or like the Westbrook One Take with, you know, a bouncier zoom unit, but it still feels kind of nice. And I'm very surprised that I can actually feel the zoom unit in the Kyrie Flytrap model. You know, usually like in the 1 and the 2, I believe they used a really small hex zoom unit where the ball of your foot is. That wasn't even that nice. You couldn't really feel any type of zoom, any compression or bounce. But this is actually, I'm not saying it's super nice like the PG3s, but I get a little bit of something right now, and I can feel it a good amount where the ball of my foot is. But of course, the heel cushion is pretty ass. I don't think impact protection is going to be the greatest. You're low to the ground though. You know, Kyrie's usually have really good court feel, and of course, it's really responsive, but I am a little bit worried on impact protection, especially since I'm gonna be playing outside in this, you know? As far as the materials go, they're using like a textile material, and I cannot believe how thin it is. It's one of the thinnest materials I've ever felt. It feels kind of cheap and flimsy in hand, and I absolutely hate the material that's used here in the ankle area. It's a really cheap feeling synthetic suede material, I would say. And it's one of the cheapest and crappiest feeling materials I've ever felt. But it's not a huge deal because obviously you don't really feel this material on your foot when you're playing. And I really like how thin and minimal the material feels here in the toe. And kind of like going into weight, it feels insanely light, which we'll get into a little bit later. But the materials on foot feel pretty nice, you know? Like I said, minimal, thin, conforms to your foot. It looks cheap and it feels cheap in hand, but on foot, I don't really mind it at all. Here at the bottom of the tongue, it's basically made out of a mesh material. And then here on top, we have Kyrie Irving's logo, and as well as this really cheap suede material. And then right underneath that, it kind of looks like a number symbol, but it's also two 11s, kind of like rotated 90 degrees. So it's number 11 because Kyrie Irving is number 11. That's a really cool touch. I like that logo. The tongue is fairly well padded, and then the lining material for the tongue as well as here in the ankle is not bad. It feels kind of like a fleece, and there's not a lot of padding, I would say, but I would say it's an adequate amount. And of course, here in the back of the heel, we have an eye inside of a triangle, so nothing new there. All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size and it fits me very, very well. Like all Kyrie's, it's a super snug fit in the toe box. Width-wise, it's slightly narrow, and length-wise, like I said, true to size should be good. If you like a roomier fit or you have a wide foot, I would probably go up half a size, maybe even a full size, because that's how snug the shoe fits. It basically fits like the Kyrie Flytrap 2 and 3. So if you tried those on, that's basically the size that you should get in this shoe. Alright, support and lockdown. I mean, obviously I haven't played in it yet, but speculating, it seems like it's going to be very good. Kyrie's have never had a problem with lateral containment ever. We have the foam coming up here in the heel as well as an internal TPU heel counter. Here in the forefoot, this rubber comes up a lot as well. And this design mimics the Kyrie 7 that we've seen leaks of, and also official images have come out. So for the past like two models, this one and the Kyrie Flytrap 3, they're trying to get inspiration from the main signature line, which I like. You know, the Kyrie Flytrap 3 had that strap and looked pretty similar to the Kyrie 6. So the Flytrap 4, I feel like, is drawing inspiration from the Kyrie 7 design, which I think is really cool. And this rubber part does come up to act like a sidewall as well. And also here on the first two eyelets on both the medial and lateral side, we have an internal forefoot band. It's literally just another material that kind of comes down to make the material a little bit thicker here to give you a little bit more support as well. It's nothing really special, and I don't think it'll help that much, but you know, with this thin ass material, I'll take what I can get, you know what I'm saying? Also, this shoe is kind of high. I'd say it's like a mid. It kind of tapers up from the heel to, like, I guess the last eyelet, and you get a little bit of ankle support. There's really no outrigger, and it's very, very narrow, very similar to the Kyrie Flytrap 2 and also the 3. And you would think that the lateral stability wouldn't be good, but from my experience in the 2 and the 3, I had no issues. So I don't really think there's going to be any issues in this. And that probably has to do with how low to the ground you are in this shoe, you know? All right, as far as the weight goes, it's probably that cheap light, so I'm guessing like 10 ounces maybe? Yeah, 10.41 ounces, super duper light and very, very minimal. It feels like a feather on foot. As far as the aesthetics go, it's okay. My favorite is probably the Kyrie Flytrap 1, and then the 2, and then the 3. Well, no, actually I'll tie the 3 and the 4. 3 and the 4 are okay to me. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So yeah, I mean, the Kyrie Flytrap 4, I feel like is going to perform pretty much the same as every single other Flytrap. My favorite will probably have to be the 1 though, and I think the 4 might have the best cushion because the zoom unit in the forefoot is a little bit larger than the 1, 2, and 3, right? But everything else is pretty much the same. You know, you have that traction. Of course, I feel like traction is going to be good. You have that outsole curvature. You're super low to the ground. Very minimal upper. Also a very lightweight shoe. So yeah, it's probably going to be a solid performer, but with really crappy cushion. You know what I'm saying? And also, I don't know about durability. Like I said, the traction doesn't seem too durable, especially comparing it to the other Flytraps. And also this material here in the toe box, I feel like you're just gonna run through that, right? So we'll see. I'm gonna play with them outdoors. And I feel like doing 1 or 2 toe drags will rip a hole through the material here. But anyways, if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.